Hello everyone and welcome back to more the Seduce Me to the Demon War demo, the ultimate game. Woo! So last episode we basically finished off Eric's route right here, and it basically ended off with him basically coming to the demon world with the rest of his brothers after we were stuck there for, I don't know, I think it was like we were stuck there for like a little bit, maybe like a day, 2 days. I think it was 2 days. And I don't know. That was like the timeline she kind of briefly hinted at when she was given food to eat. So like I don't even know. Maybe like a day. Maybe it was a day. Maybe it's a day. Let's assume it's a day. But anyways, yeah, that's basically how it ended off in Eric's route. I'm not too sure how the start of James's route, which we're gonna do next, because we're gonna go around in circles like clockwise. So I don't know if it's gonna start off the same way, if it's gonna some things are gonna change or whatever the hell. But yeah, let's just go and do this and find out. Boom. Now this is good. This is looking good. I said in the last episode I really hope that each of the routes starting for each of the guys would be different in some way, and this is good. I like this, and I have no idea what the fuck you just said to me, but okay.
I wish to set a stone destiny.
Okay. A stone destiny. What the fuck is that?
Because the fate of the abyssal plains is in the hands of the wrong man. I must set things right.
Okay, I'm very lost. Uh-huh.
I come bearing my life force as the price. Take as much as you desire, as long as my request is fulfilled.
Okay. Whoa. Is this James's mother, maybe? I don't even know.
Then, that is the price. As long as you set the stone destiny.
What the fuck is the stone destiny? Tell me. Uh-huh. Okay. Guys. My name is Hannah. Hannah Bond. No, I'm kidding. I'd almost forgotten it. Okay, wow girl, what the hell are you to like freaking almost forget your name? I clung to it by a single thread, knowing that if I let go, I'd be lost in a dark void, never to return. Shit, where the fuck are we? Why was I so worried about my name? Well, your name is kind of really important. Well, it was the only claim I had to reality, especially when I was behind bars. What? We're in jail? What? Aw, damn it. What did we do? For some reason, I was in a cell. I didn't know why, and I didn't know how I got in here. God damn. All I knew was that I was in it, and that I was chained to a wall by shackles on my ankles. What a way to start off a route, demo. I didn't want to accept the bars as real. I didn't want to be in a cell. I didn't want to smell the dank stench of blood and sweat emanating from all around me. But you got to, because this is exactly where you are, a cell. But I had no choice in the matter, exactly. No matter how many times I examined my surroundings, they remained the same. I was in a cell in a dimly lit stone dungeon. The walls were unfriendly, and the shackles around my ankles provided no comfort. The rags I was forced to wear barely fit, and I felt filthy. Filthy! Why was I here? I didn't have the answer. All I knew was that I was trapped. God, this sucks. This blows. I could hear quiet sobbing and muffled screaming from further down the passageway I was in. They reverberated from down the hall, and I knew that they must have come from fellow prisoners or the condemned. I, however, only had one neighbor. Who's my neighbor? Totoro? In the cell beside me sat a figure wrapped in a dark purple cloak. The top of the figure's head was shrouded by both the shadows in their cell and the hood that covered their face. They never spoke, they never moved. Huh. Well, that's nice, I guess, as long as he's not making so much of a ruckus, but still, I would love someone to talk to me. Were they dead? I watched them closely for some time, but I never saw their body inhale or exhale or show any other sign of life. Oh great, so my neighbor is possibly dead. That's great. I didn't wish to think on it further, so I turned my head away. Do I have another neighbor? What was happening? Oh god. I opened my mouth to shout, hoping that maybe someone would hear me and give me some sort of clue as to what was going on. Yeah, I would love a clue. As I tried to command my voice to speak, however, the sound of a large door opening echoed through the dungeon. I turned my head towards the direction of the sound and watched as the hall slowly began to brighten, like there was a torch moving towards my cell. Okay. I stared wide-eyed at what was approaching. What? Moving toward my cell was a man I recognized, one that had been close to my heart and now had a look of cold disdain in his face. Oh my god! Don't tell me it's James. James, did you put me in the cell? My chest pounded as his name reverberated in my head. James. Oh my god, this bitch. This bitch put me in a cell. I can't believe this. This bitch. How dare you? Oh, look at him smirk at me. Oh my gosh. He was still in his human form, but his voice vibrated with demonic echoes and waves, sending shivers down my spine. His tone was cold and unfeeling, as if I was not someone he loved, but someone he despised with every ounce of his being.
You still live. I'm surprised.
Fuck you. Why did you do this to me? That's some kinky shit you got going on or what? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Get me the fuck out, James, or I'm gonna fucking choke you. Ah! Suddenly from the cell beside me, the cowled figure jumped up and slammed into the bars, gripping them as they snarled at James. I stared now, able to see who had been hidden behind the cloak. Oh shit, Dana, you're in the same situation as I am. Girl, homegirl, we only got each other. God damn.
You piece of filth. How can you dare show your face again?
Oh, I am... Girl, you go on. Go on, like, go. Just go. I don't even fucking care anymore. Diana? Seriously, I'm so confused. James seemed unfazed as he stepped towards Diana's cage and leaned in almost nose to nose with her.
And you live too. How resilient you both are.
Wow, you're a piece of shit right now, James. And I actually liked you. Huh.
We're not so weak as to break under your chains, traitor. After all, unlike you, I carry pure Lilith blood in my veins. In that human, the one you love, is more powerful than your pathetic mind can fathom.
Oh my god, see? She's like my homegirl now. Holy shit, Diana, see? God, why don't I bust out of here then if I'm so powerful? What was Diana talking about? Why was James acting like this? Yeah, I'm so confused. But anyways, as soon as I bust out of these prison cells or some shit, I'm beating the shit out of him. I opened my mouth to speak, but felt something hold back my voice. It was as if a vice had been tightened over my vocal cords and denied them any chance to create sound in my throat. God damn it. James smirked and gripped Diana's chin, making her snarl louder. If I had the ability to speak, I would curse him out in 7 different languages.
Anyone can be broken. It just takes time and patience, both of which I have in abundance.
Oh my god.
Fucking monk!
Ugh. James tightened his grip on her chin, digging his fingers into her jaw. Diana could only wince and glare at the one holding her. I felt fear run through my body as his lips curved even more into a devilish smirk. How could he look so evil? Maybe he's possessed. I don't know.
Be patient, woman. You'll have your turn soon enough.
Oh my god. As James turned his gaze to me, I felt my body suddenly heat up. His eyes were glowing an almost sickly golden yellow as he stared into my soul and ignited my core with heat and desire. This is... Tap-tape. Normal tap-tape. I felt dizzy and weak, my mouth falling open to allow a silent sigh escape from my lips. What was happening? Well, he's obviously doing some Jedi mind tricks on you, and he's making you horny as hell. James released Diana and walked to the door of my cell, quickly manipulating the lock to open it. As the door opened, I felt myself crawl backwards towards the back of the cell, suddenly afraid of the demon who was approaching. At the same time, I felt uncanny and unnatural elation for the man approaching me with a smirk that tore at my heart.
Well, time to die.
Shit, no, I ain't no buffet.
Don't you fucking touch her!
Homegirl. Homegirl, Diana, help me. Before I knew it, Diana pressed her body against the bars that divided our cells and grabbed James's shoulder, digging her nails into it.
You little...
I only wish I could beat the shit out of him right now. In retaliation, James swung his arm towards Diana and formed a familiar pistol in his hand. Within moments, he aimed and fired. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, girl, are you okay? Oh my gosh. I could only watch as Diana jumped back and held her chest, blood oozing from between her fingers onto the ground. She stared at James in both pain and surprise before crumpling on the floor and exhaling her last breath she would ever take. You full out just murdered her? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. This bitch. This motherfucking bitch. How fucking dare you? I am just so pissed right now. My mind was caught in a frenzy of emotion. While I felt shocked, terrified, and mortified at what had happened, my mind continued to dance in the desirable waves that ran through my body. Why couldn't I control myself? This is so unfair. You need to 1v1 me fairly, James, okay? You wanna go? You wanna bring it on? Then fucking fight me. The pistol in James's hand disappeared as he let out a sneer of irritation.
Damn it!
You just fucking killed her. Yeah, I can't believe you. James then looked at me, towering over me as I both cowered in fear and melted against the back wall, against the back wall of my cell.
Looks like you'll have to give me twice the amount of energy from now on.
Ah, no! What? I'm just getting so angry right now. As James began to step towards me, I felt hot tears run down my cheeks while I panted like a dog in heat. I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell him not to hurt me. My voice began to press against the vice holding it, wanting to explode out. James's shadow consumed me and I let out a scream. Then I woke up. Oh, it's all a dream. Wow. Oh my god, imagine if this is actually like a prophecy or some sort of like premonition kind of thing. Huh. I shot up in my bed, panting wildly as my heart pounded hard against my rib cage. I gripped my hand over my chest, feeling my pulse beating underneath the skin in a frantic rhythm, in time with my hastened breath. I heard the faint echo of my scream bounce through the room as I let reality sink in. It was a dream and I was awake now. Everything was okay. Or is it? Inception! Everything was...
Love?
My heart froze and I felt my body tense up at the sound of James's voice beside me. My heated cheeks reminded me of the tears I had shed in the dream and who had caused them. Oh my god, James, if you... I don't know whether or not to beat the shit out of you right now so that you won't do that to me in the future, or like fucking... I don't even know. I don't even know. I shot my head to the side to see James, the man whom I loved, but also the man who terrified me, looking at me with a face painted with concern and worry.
Love, are you okay?
Get away from me! Oh, is this how... Okay. I see where this is kind of going now. I see, like, I feel like in each route there would be a conflict in the love or the relationship that I had going on. So in Aries' case is like, there's this like mysterious mood swing thing, spell, curse thing that has Hannah just hating on him and shit. And I guess here is like, now is like her dream and sort of slash, I'm assuming, I still assume it's a premonition where like, James just turned psycho and started hurting her, and now she's gonna be like a little afraid of him. Get away from me! I'm only assuming. I like where this is going. I'm very impressed right now. Hopefully I don't get my hopes up. Okay, so right now I like where this is going. I couldn't control myself as I quickly rolled out of bed and pressed myself back against the far wall, staring at him in absolute terror. James only stared back at me, still shocked and now troubled. He didn't move, most likely not wanting to frighten me further. Images of the dream I had began to replay in my head, replacing the James in bed with the James that towered over me in that dark jail cell. My body shook violently from the memory, but soon my logic began to break the images apart, leaving me with the sight of James still in bed, staring at me. My thoughts slowly melted, and I felt myself start to cry once again. This time, my heart began to ache as I realized whom I had yelled at. Aw, my bad. I lurched forward and practically jumped at James, who opened his arms wide and wrapped me in them as I landed against his chest. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't fucking trust you no more. I'm kidding.
Shh. There's nothing to be sorry about. It was only a nightmare. I'm right here.
Yeah, but that's the worst part, though, is the fact that in my nightmare, you're the one who is fucking shady as fuck. James held me close to him as I began to cry into his shoulder. I continued to apologize to him, whimpering and sobbing like a child as the fear from the nightmare slowly began to fade away. James's hand simply ran over my head and hair, trying to calm me down. It had felt so real, and yet I knew that it couldn't have been. James was right here, protecting me and comforting me, proving the love he had for me. He would never hurt me. Uh-huh. Ever. Uh-huh. Eventually, I was able to calm down and looked up at the man holding me as he gently smiled down at me.
Are you alright?
I nodded, earning a small squeeze of his arms around me. I naturally cuddled closer to his body, desiring more of his warmth. What time is it? James gently hugged me tighter to his body as he looked over to his nightstand at his phone, which was docked in a fancy speaker charger.
It's 3:40 a.m.
Wow, okay. We still had a few hours before our alarms were set to wake us up. Crap, why did I have to have a nightmare and wake both of us up? I don't even know. I gripped James's shoulder and looked up at him apologetically. I'm sorry, I know you need your sleep.
Please don't worry about it. My beautiful fiancé is much more important to me than sleep.
Aww. See, I'm a little afraid now. I don't know. I'm still holding on to the belief that it's a premonition. I don't like this. As he said fiancé, I couldn't help but feel my face heat up, letting a blush run along my cheeks. It was true, I was his fiancé. He had asked me to marry him a couple of months ago, and I accepted his proposal, wanting to be his wife. Yeah, that was what happened at the end of his route in, the Seduce Me, the first game. Just thinking about the idea of being with him forever made the imaginary butterflies in my stomach dance around happily and flutter their wings against my heart. It was a dream come true. His love and warmth assured me that my nightmare was just that. He was my wonderful husband-to-be, and I was going to be his wife. My body couldn't help but shiver in happiness. James caught the shiver and gently ran his hands up and down my arms.
Are you feeling cold?
No, I'm just really excited to be your wife, apparently. No, you just make me happy, that's all. As I leaned up and kissed James's cheek, he smiled and kissed mine in return. His warm lips sent another euphoric shiver down my spine, and I felt joy run through my veins. I truly loved James. I'm still so hella shaded out. I'm so sorry, you guys. I know James is supposed to be this fucking sweetheart, but seriously though. I'm so easy to just lose my trust out of people. After not even an actual incident that happened, but it's like fucking nightmare. And that alone is enough to just make me, I don't fucking trust you no more. It wasn't long, however, before I felt something gently brush against my hip. I looked down as James cleared his throat in embarrassment. Raising an eyebrow as well as growing a blush on my face, I looked up at my fiancé as he looked away from me, his face almost red as a tomato. You're getting turned on.
I'm sorry, I can't exactly control my excitement when you say things like that.
Oh, aren't you cute? Aren't you adorable? It's alright, let's go back to sleep. Kiss him passionately. Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna kiss him passionately. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. By the way, I am loving all these empty save slots over here. Oh my gosh. The last game barely had enough, and now this game is just ha! Good. I'm gonna kiss him passionately. James didn't have to use his powers to light a fire in me. I gently tilted my head and kissed him, capturing his lips with mine lovingly. I felt my body slowly heat up softly and tenderly to make sure not to scare me. His enthrallment over me became a natural part of our lovemaking. It not only helped him gain energy, but it made the pleasure of our sex practically 10 times more powerful. Good. That's great. As I moaned against his lips, James gently ran his hands down my back and over my rear, making me slightly jump in surprise at the feel. As he gripped it, I let out another hot moan, and James smiled and chuckled quietly against my lips. I stared at the ceiling, lusting for James, as he pulled away from the kiss and began to kiss over my neck. I absolutely needed this man, and I needed him now. Just instant thirst right here. My body pressed against his and forced him back onto the bed, allowing me to be on top and be in control. James stared up at me, still gripping onto my ass and gently massaging each cheek with his fingers with a smirk. That ass. We both knew that he was in control whenever we made love. Wait, what? Okay, never mind. I didn't screw up that sentence. However, my rebellious attempts at being top often spurred him on to be that much rougher in our play. It was like a game. Still, I like to think that I tried valiantly and not in vain. I moved my hands back and took his off of me, lacing our fingers together and pinning them to the bed beside his head. They didn't fight back against my hold, but James's face continued to intimidate me with a playful smirk and a dominant gaze. I gently leaned down and captured his lips again, grinding my hips against him and showing him the heat and desire I was feeling for him. His hands tightened around mine, and I felt him gently grind back up into me and letting his own desire rub against mine. Damn, this is hot. This is hot. It's getting hot in here. Why the fuck is the fireplace on anyways if it's getting so hot in here? My body forced me to pull my lips away, making me bite my lower lip in pleasure at the grind before suddenly feeling myself being flipped over to the bed with James smirking over me. Hey now. I didn't care. I wanted him to take me in whatever position we ended up in. Wrapping my legs around his waist, I pulled James close and leaned my head up, brushing my lips against his. What are you waiting for? Take me!
As you wish.
Oh my. Oh my. Within mere moments, we went from grinding each other to moaning each other's names as we made passionate love. Our clothes were thrown about the room, but we didn't give a damn. We were busy. Haha, we were hella busy. Like, call back later. Jesus Christ. Every movement pushed moans and gasps from my lips, building towards a beautiful high as I moved against him and made him feel the same. Our sex wasn't just to feel pleasure, it was our bodies melding and moving together in perfect harmony with each moan professing our love for each other. There wasn't a single moment of silence between us, letting our love echo through the room. As we were finally eclipsed in ecstasy for each other, we held each other tightly, not wanting to let go of one another. James had pulled up our covers over our bodies, and I had made his chest my pillow. James ran his hands through my hair, his heated and worn out breath matching mine as we both fell back into the darkness of sleep. The nightmare didn't return. I slept peacefully within James's arms as if nothing else mattered in the world except for me and him. Okay. The morning was kind, James and I sweetly awakening before our alarms. Really? Okay. I'm still shaded out. There's some shit's gonna go down. Oddly, I felt well rested and ready for the day ahead. As I looked at James, who was still holding me, he opened his eyes slowly and smiled down at me.
Good morning. Did you sleep better?
Hell yeah. I nodded, causing him to chuckle and kiss my forehead. My own lips curled up into a smile as his lips touched my skin. I hugged him tighter, burying my head in his chest. I started to have theories just kind of popping up into my head on how the conflict of love thingy is gonna come into play. I'm only assuming that James is gonna lose his shit a little bit. Oh, maybe a little bit. I don't even know. Do we have to get up?
Unfortunately, we do. You have to organize more wedding arrangements, and I have to go to work.
Oh yeah. He's working as the company CEO. Do you have to?
Yes, I do. Now come on, let's go.
Okay. I couldn't help but whine. I wanted to stay with James in bed just a bit longer. However, since he was the CEO of the Anderson Toys Company, he had many obligations to attend to. Yeah, not even his future wife could pull him away from those duties. As James sat up, he took me up into his arms and kissed me lovingly, making a smile grow back onto my cheeks. I couldn't be annoyed for long whenever he kissed me. Aw, how cute. We went downstairs and had breakfast together before James went to work. It was always depressing whenever he left me alone in the house. Then get a fucking dog or a cat. However, he was a CEO and I was currently still in school getting a degree. Luckily for me, all of my courses were online, so I didn't have to leave the house to get the degree I wanted. Attending classes in pajamas was always better than having to put on regular clothes. Fuck, I just go to school with my pajamas sometimes. I don't even fucking care. I stretched and yawned, still slightly tired from waking up in the middle of the night. As I thought about that moment, I couldn't stop the images of my nightmares flash. As I thought about that moment, I couldn't stop images of my nightmare flashing through my mind. Quickly, I shook my head. See, I told you this is gonna come into play. Nope, it was a stupid dream. No. It's gonna slowly kind of seep into reality, and she's gonna be she's gonna fucking shit herself, scared. Before that night, I had wonderful dreams of James and I preparing the wedding and eventually seeing each other at the church. He hadn't seen my dress despite trying to, so he'd be stunned and I would be blushing and smiling from ear to ear. Oh, that's nice. That one nightmare, however, worried me. What if it was an omen, a sign? Exactly, that's what I'm saying, girl! I wrapped my arms around myself, feeling a cold wave of nerves rushed against my skin. My first instinct was to call Naomi Isuzu just to vent about it and get it out of my system, but there was something supernatural at work they wouldn't understand. Exactly. Closing my eyes, I made a decision. I took my phone out of my pocket and dialed a number onto my phone without looking at it before bringing it up to my ear. What? Who are we calling? The other line rang a couple of times before I heard a voice answer at last.
Hello?
Oh my god, it's Sam! Hi, Sam! How you doing? Sorry, did I wake you up? Crap, I didn't know Sam was still sleeping. Well, I figured he would be. Sam, is Carrie awake? Who the hell is Carrie?
Dude, why are you calling?
Sam, you dork. Give me the phone. I know it's her.
Oh my god, did Sam find a new girl? That'd be so cute.
Doofus, calm down.
Mine. Haha. Hello?
Hi, Carrie, but who the fuck is Carrie? I smiled. Carrie was Sam's wife. Yep, I said it, wife. Oh, snap! I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. That's so neat. I love how the fact that whoever guy that we chose, at least the other guys end up getting another girl. Oh my god, that's so cute. They had been married for almost a year, and despite sounding like they were always bickering half the time, they truly loved each other. Sam had met her while investigating a haunted house. She had been there as an architectural consultant, and they clicked as soon as they both left. Aww, that's so cute. And what was even more surprising about the relationship, however, was that Carrie knew that what he was before he even confessed it to her. Oh damn, because she got some like sixth sense shit going on. Apparently she was a witch, a person who had been granted permission to know both magic and otherworldly creatures by the angels and was gifted with both demon and holy magic. Oh snap! Oh snap! Yo, that's hella neat. I only got to know about the otherworldly creatures because I was in a relationship with one and was marrying him. Yeah, that's true. Hey Carrie, are you free right now?
Huh? Well, I kinda just got out of bed, but let me check my schedule, okay? Give me a sec.
Okay, I got some concerning shit to talk to you about. I heard Carrie climb over Sam at one point, making him swear at her before he groaned in defeat at the situation. After a couple of book flips from the other line, Carrie finally cheered.
I don't have anything scheduled for work today.
Yeah.
So I'm all free. What do you need? Wedding advice?
Not really. No, not that. Mind coming over? I kind of want to ask you something. Yeah.
Sure thing. Sam's got work today. It'll just be me. I'll even bring some pizza and stuff so we can have a fun girls' lunch. What do you say?
Ah, hell yeah. Pizza? Yeah. Sounds great. See you soon. Alright, the phone call ended and I let out a sigh. This would be good for me. Carrie might be able to help clear up things. Because she's a fucking witch. She should. I decided to clean as I waited. The mansion was huge after all and it never stopped collecting dust. Yeah, that's what sucks. Hire a maid. Soon enough, however, Carrie came by with 2 pizza boxes in one hand and a large bottle of pop in the other. I couldn't help but feel my stomach gurgle at the delicious smell. She bought deep dish pizza. Yum. What's deep dish pizza? I don't know what that is. Whatever, it's pizza. Oh hey Carrie. We settled into my room and made my bed into our picnic area. We laid out a blanket so we didn't get crumbs on the bed itself, but we liked our makeshift eating spot.
So, what's going on? Are you having premarital trouble?
Not really, but, No, it's not about our marriage. Well, Carrie tilted her head at me, wondering what was the matter. I began to doubt myself. Should I tell her about the nightmare? Maybe it really was just a bad dream, and I was overthinking it. I closed my eyes, thinking about what to say. I'm gonna tell her! Eventually, I finally spoke up. Yeah, tell her. No, yeah, I had a nightmare last night. I'm gonna fucking tell her.
A nightmare? Was it really bad?
It was hella bad. Like, scale 1 to 10, it was like a 500. I nodded, remembering how horrified I was in the nightmare and visibly shivering at the memory. Carrie frowned and poured me a glass of pop.
Maybe I should have brought alcohol.
Yeah, maybe you should have. I would have better appreciated it. Oh no, it wasn't that terrible. I swear. Are you sure, girl? I'd be pretty. I'm a little shaded. I'm shaded out. I rubbed the back of my neck. I had to relax. It was a nightmare, nothing real. I should have been able to talk about it. This is totally a clear indication that it wasn't just a nightmare. I sighed and looked up at Carrie. It was about James. He was completely psychopathic. He put me in a fucking jail cell and not in the kinky way, and I didn't appreciate it. He fucking killed Diana. He shot her right in the chest at point blank, and then he proceeded to do things that really needed consent, I should say. wasn't at the wedding and left me at the altar, was holding me in a jail cell. He was holding me in a damn fucking jail cell. Goddamn, girl. Carrie stared wide-eyed at me, unsure what to say. I continued. He looked cold and evil. Diana was there too.
Diana? The succubus that tried to take the boys away?
Yeah, except she was a total homegirl now and she fucking died for me. She died defending me. Yeah, she was in the cell next to me, but for some reason it seemed like she was trying to protect me. Yeah.
Protect you? How?
Like, she was trying to stop James from harassing me. My mind instantly replayed the nightmare, flashing to when Diana gripped James's shoulder and tried to pull him away from me. I couldn't help my body from wincing at the memory of her being shot by his gun. He came into my cell, he enthralled me, and Diana shouted at him to leave me alone. Then he fucking just straight out shot her. Carrie reached over and placed her hand on my shoulder, making me lower my head. It was strange to think about it, Diana protecting me. Yet I could feel the anger in her voice when James tried to approach me. She truly sounded like she wanted to protect me. He shot her with his demon gun, and when she died, he came after me.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
I know, right? Jesus. It may not have been real, but my body couldn't help but quake in fear when recalling the nightmare. I shook my head and looked at Carrie, needing to know what was going on. Do you think this is an omen? This nightmare can't be just a dream. Carrie ran her hands through her hair and stared at the blanket beneath us. She bit her lower lip as she contemplated, which made me worried.
You said a jail cell?
Yeah, like he was holding me hostage. Yeah, it was in a stone dungeon.
Like in a medieval castle?
Yeah. Carrie shook her head again and ran her hands through her hair once more before looking up at me.
I don't know if this is connected with that dream, but I've heard rumors about the abyssal plains being in utter chaos.
Oh yeah, this is the point in time where we don't know what's going on. We haven't fallen into the demon world yet. What? What do you mean?
I don't know what's happening exactly, but for the past 2 years, the demon world has been emitting some really bad energy. Even the angels are taking note of what's happening. They're even neglecting their duties to go to the demon world themselves.
Oh shit, that means shit's really bad down there. That threw me off. According to Carrie, angels were extremely devoted to watching over the human world. They would never skimp duties to even think about the demon world. Carrie shook her head.
The only place I could imagine jail cells like that being used for prisoners is in the abyssal plains. But you and James are here in the human world, so it makes no sense.
Because we'll eventually fall into the demon world because of his fucking stupid-ass dickhead father. Carrie abruptly moved from the bed and reached for her purse, digging through it and practically sticking her entire arm into it. I swore she was Mary Poppins the day I saw her do that the first time. Apparently, it was a demon-branded bag called the Endless Satchel, only found in the demon black market of the human world. It wasn't just a bag on the inside, it was a void. You could stuff anything in there and be able to pull it back out with ease as long as you pictured it in your mind. Huh. I would like a bag like that. Carrie pulled out something wrapped in dark green silk. As she unfolded the cloth, she revealed a deck of cards. On the back of each card was a black pentagram with small, almost unreadable markings around it. Are you gonna read my tarot? Oh my god. On the faces, however, were different hand-painted images that helped me recognize it as a tarot deck. They were worn, but they still emitted a power that made a shiver run down my spine.
It's been a while since I've used this, but it might be able to shed some light on the situation.
Okay, let's do this. I watched as Carrie held the deck against her chest and closed her eyes, muttering to herself. She then lifted the deck on her lips and kissed over the top card before shuffling it. The cards practically danced and glided between her fingers as if they were alive when she shuffled them in her hands. Eventually, she stopped and the deck settled together in her grip. Okay, am I gonna have to do this by myself? She gently drew 3 cards from the top of the deck, setting them face down in front of her, and placed the remainder of the deck on the nightstand. Oh, okay. She flipped one over, revealing a wheel with multiple symbols on it. As I stared at the card, the wheel seemed to spin on the face of the card, making me slightly dizzy. Huh. Carrie mumbled to herself as she examined the card.
The Wheel of Fortune. Could this be about the demon world changing? No, it can't just be that. Someone changed something in the past and disturbed the fate of the abyssal plains.
Which we got in the beginning of this route. Huh. I wonder who it is. I looked at the card, taking note of what Carrie said aloud. There were many things that I knew that I had personally changed. It wasn't I wasn't destined to get the Anderson's Toys Company. I met the boys and learned about magic, and I was going through a big change in my life with my upcoming marriage. That is true. What the hell? Carrie moved her hand and flipped over another card, revealing a figure with a sword in one hand and a scale in the other. Staring at the card, I swore I heard angry whispers in the air around me. Please don't summon it even.
What could this be about? Could the change in the past be something so big that it demands Justice's attention?
What did I do? What did I do? My mind began to replay every choice I made in my life in a fast... My mind began to replay every choice I made in my life and fast forward. My decision to let the boys stay, to defend the boys against Malik, to stand up to Diana, everything rolled past my thoughts. Was one of the decisions one I shouldn't have made? Was one of those decisions one I shouldn't have made? Was it marrying James? Is that it? Is that it? Is that what you're telling me? I didn't get to think on it long as Carrie flipped over the third card as it was revealed. Both Carrie and I gasped. Is it death?
The King of Swords? But that card is not supposed to look like that.
What? Oh, shit. Fuck. A king figure sat on the throne with a large sword in his hand as if he was ready to attack the viewer. However, the card looked like a black and gold demon I recognized. James? Oh, fuck. The picture, despite being simple, was powerful enough to make me shudder. The picture, despite being simple, was powerful enough to make a shudder run through my body at the sight. Oh, God. As we stared, however, the nightstand that held the remaining cards began to quake, forcing me and Carrie to look over in surprise.
What the
fuck? Oh, the tarot cards on their own burst upwards and began to fly through the air frantically. The sound of battle and war emanated from them and raged through the room, and Carrie quickly moved to shield my body with hers as she covered her ears. I covered mine as well, but that didn't stop the sound of blood and clashing swords from digging into my senses. I could almost feel the heat and danger of the image of war that the sounds were painting against my skin. As the sound stopped, I looked up to see the cards floating down onto us, now lifeless and all of them torn in half right down the middle. As they landed, however, I stared in shock at what I saw on each half card's face. Carrie looked up and gasped as well.
Impossible.
Okay. Okay. On half of the cards, I saw a girl that had my hairstyle with a stream of tears running down her face, reaching out towards the torn edge. On the other, I saw a weeping boy with James's demon horns and a crown on his head. He was reaching back towards toward the tear that divided him from the other half of the card where the girl was. My heart practically stopped. Was this really happening? I couldn't believe my own eyes as I stared at the cards in front of me. My nightmare began to flash before my eyes, causing me to grip onto myself and shiver violently from the fear bubbling in my core. Carrie quickly grabbed hold of me and hugged me to her.
Hey, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes the cards are wrong. This can't be right.
Are you sure? How could I believe her? I was staring at multiple torn cards, showing me the exact same message. I gripped Carrie, feeling extreme fear and sadness run through my body.
Hey. Look at me.
What? I looked up at Carrie. She gave me a small smile as she squeezed me gently in her hug.
Magic is fickle, okay? The cards aren't always correct. Fate can always be changed. Remember that.
Okay, girl. Oh shit. I knew she was trying to make me feel better. I knew that there was something going on. However, as the thought of my marriage came up, I knew that I'd have to calm down eventually. They were cards and my marriage was still happening, regardless of what they said. I closed my eyes and slowly started to ignore the signs of the cards and the nightmare in my head. This wouldn't help me, and I had to prepare for my wedding. Carrie muttered an incantation under her breath, and when I opened my eyes, the cards had all disappeared. I hugged Carrie tighter, silently thanking her for removing them. I had to be stronger. I had to. Yeah. As the day went on, I enlisted Carrie to help with the wedding arrangements. Surprisingly, we got a majority of the work needed done, so that gave us time to relax and watch a movie together before James returned from work. Wanting to leave us alone, Carrie left as soon as he came.
Hey, did everything go all right? I'm assuming Carrie helped.
Yeah. Yes, she did. She helped with many things. For some reason, I felt the need to hug him. I just needed to. Without warning, I walked over and wrapped my arms around James, laying my head against his chest.
Huh? Love?
Yeah? As James wrapped his arms around me and kissed the top of my head, I smiled. He would be with me and I would be okay.
I love you.
I do too. I just letting you know, I really do love you. But just saying, things get a little shady in the future. I'm just saying, I love you too. My heart felt at ease. Everything would be fine. Everything would be okay. It's all good. It's all good. James looked down at me, pulling away slightly to see my face with a smile.
So, what would you like for dinner? We can go out to eat, or we can stay at home and I can make something.
We can just stay. I held James's hand in mine, knowing that I wanted to just stay home with him. We had more than enough for the wedding, yes, but our time together was better spent alone together rather than at a restaurant. How about we order food instead? You just came back from work, might as well relax, yeah. James chuckled softly before kissing my cheek and making me giggle softly.
As my wonderful bride wishes.
Aww. We ordered takeout and sat together in our room, once again making the bed a picnic area. We played a movie in the background, but our focus was on each other. He made himself comfy without a shirt, and I made myself comfy with my head against his shoulder. Aww.
So, is everything alright? I made sure the reception hall was taken care of on my way back, so that should be in order.
Okay. That's nice. Oh wow, good, thank you. Yeah, everything's in order. We'll have a perfect wedding. Perfect.
Was there anything you
Absolutely
wanted to
perfect.
add to the wedding? It's not too late to include anything you like if you really want it.
No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think everything we have is good. Yeah. James nodded before continuing to eat. I, however, stopped and stared at James. I was really going to get married to him. It was strange to imagine that I was really about to swear my life to someone for all time. It was like a dream come true. Why would I ever let something stupid like a nightmare shake me from it? You gotta be strong, girl. Screw the nightmare. I was going to live a dream. Okay. I gently moved my food to the nightstand and placed a hand under James's plate, making him stop to look up at me. I softly pulled it away from him, placing his food next to mine, before crawling over James and sitting over his lap. Are we gonna... Hello? Promise me something? Yeah, promise me you won't go psycho on me?
Huh? Anything.
Promise to stay with me forever. Yeah. It seemed like a simple and obvious promise, but I wanted to hear him profess it. James continued to look up at me, silently understanding my need to hear it, and wrapping his arms around my body.
I promise to stay with you forever.
Okay, I'm holding it to you. I'm holding it against you, okay? Okay? So that means you can't stick me in a jail cell, okay? Right? Until the end of time?
Until the end of time.
Okay. Cool. You can't break your promise to me, ever, or else I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
I would never dream of it.
Okay. James moved the hand up and tenderly caressed my cheek, making me nuzzle into his hand and close my eyes.
You're the one I want to spend my entire life with. I will give everything and more to you for as long as I possibly can as your husband.
Oh. Okay. I felt tears slowly run down my cheeks, which were soon brushed away by James's thumb. I nuzzled further into James's hand and held his wrist, almost hugging his arm to my chest.
Is the nightmare you had last night bothering you?
Yeah! It was crazy. It was hella crazy. I couldn't reply but nodded in reply, frowning and biting my lower lip. I didn't want it to bother me. It wasn't worth it. I knew that James would stay with me and would never hurt me. James gently wrapped his free arm around my back and pulled me against his chest, moving his head to nuzzle my other cheek comfortingly.
Do you want to tell me what happened, or will you be okay?
I'ma tell him. I'ma do it. I moved to wrap my arms around James. I wasn't sure if I wanted to tell him at all. Oh my god! Will I tell him? Oh my god, you guys. I don't know. Actually, okay, I said I would tell him, but at the same time, like, I don't want to tell him. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but at the same time, it is kind of a big deal. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I feel like this has gone on for a bit, though. Should I cut it before it awkwardly, like... I don't know. Because I was planning on cutting it as soon as we drop into the demon world and see if there's any other changes. Fuck, I'm telling him. I gently pulled away from him to look into his eyes. I had to tell him it was about him after all. I was in a dungeon. I was there with Diana.
Diana? Did she try to hurt you?
On the contrary, she was actually defending me from you. No, actually she was trying to protect me.
From who?
From you. You. Yeah. James stared surprised at me, but remained silent as I continued. You came in and enthralled me, but it wasn't like you usually do. It wasn't like you usually do it. It was forceful and I didn't want it, but I was under your control. Diana tried to stop you, but you shot her, then you came for me. For some reason, a weight was lifted from my shoulders. It was a terrible dream, but James deserved to know. Yeah, I like being honest. Most of the time. As I finished recounting the nightmare, James gently moved his hands up and cupped my face in them.
Thank you for telling me, and I'm sorry that you experienced that kind of nightmare. But I swear to you that I will never hurt you.
Well, now, as long as he knew about it, then okay. I'm cool. I let myself become lost in his amber eyes, believing every single word he said. I could feel the love and care in his voice, and his warm hands assured me that he would protect me from harm. Okay, I'm holding you against this then. I wrapped my arms once again around James and let my head rest on his shoulder as his arms encircled my form. I loved him, he loved me, and we would protect and love each other forever. Soon enough, the wedding day had come. I had received many pre-wedding gifts from guests that couldn't come, but I knew many people would still be at the wedding since James was the Anderson Toy Company CEO. Yeah, bitches better show up at my wedding. You know who I am? I even got fun texts from Naomi, Suzu, and Carrie as they tried to tease me with pictures of James in his wedding tux, but I deleted them all without peeking. I didn't want to see him yet. He didn't get to see my wedding dress, so I wanted to wait to see him in his tux. Okay, cool. Oh my god, we're gonna actually do this? Oh my god, don't tell me we're gonna get our asses dragged down to the demon world, like, right at the altar, because that'd be hella awkward. Alas, I had decided to dress alone at the mansion. The girls had offered to help, but I needed the time to myself. I had to reflect on the day ahead. Okay, so maybe we're gonna get dragged before we even make it to the church. Because if I get dragged at the church, people will be thinking I'd be a sinner. Well, technically I might be, but whatever. I was about to be married. It was insane. I couldn't stop staring at myself in the mirror, dressed in the wedding dress of my dreams. Wedding dress! Is this really happening? Oh, hell yeah. Well, not really. No, girl. I knew the air wouldn't answer me, but I felt myself need to speak my thoughts aloud. I could hardly believe that I was about to walk out of the house and be someone's wife, James's wife. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Not yet. Because we all know what the hell's gonna happen. The thought of us together made me smile and close my eyes. Yeah, you... Oh, that scared the shit out of me. I hate this voice. I hate this stupid, like, I don't even know if it's an angel's voice, but I hate this voice. It just pops out at random, and it just scares the shit out of me. A voice I didn't know sent shivers up and down my spine. I suddenly looked around, hearing the voice echo in the room. Something about a baptism. Maybe. I can only make out the word baptizer, which means I'm pretty sure it had something to do with a baptism, but bitch, I ain't here to be baptized. What was going on? Why was I hearing voices? This couldn't be happening. Yeah, it is. It downright is. I held my head trying to stop the sounds in case I was dreaming or imagining them. Nah. Apparently, I'm only assuming I gotta pay a debt. Maybe? I'm just guessing right now. Stop that. You stop that, you. Stop that right now. I screamed at the voices, not knowing what they were saying, but wanting them to go away. What I didn't realize was that my scream let out some sort of spell that seemed to freeze the air around me. Everything was still and silent. I could feel, however, that the room around me was frozen in time.
I knew it! That girl has demon magic.
So this is how we're gonna get dragged down. Shit. What the...
Then quit talking and let's take her!
Okay.
The demon lord will be so pleased.
Okay, so we're gonna drop our asses down to the abyssal plains. So before I could turn to search for the voices, I felt hands grab a hold of my feet, and I looked down and lifted my dress. Two pairs of evil-looking hands had taken a hold of my ankles, reaching through a dark red and purple pentagram. I shrieked, trying to pull my legs away, but I couldn't stop them as they swiftly pulled me into the ground. I was pulled deeper into the darkness. I was no longer in my room. Can I skip this part? I'm gonna skip this part just because we already read this part. So I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay, guys. So basically, all the dialogue was the same, right down to the point. Same thing that happened when we got dragged down in Eric's route. So I didn't feel the need to put it in. You guys already know what happened. If not, then just please refer back to like the first time I did this run. I'm here only because I kind of do want to try to maybe for this just so that I don't have to cut everything out and like, you know, leave you guys be like, oh, why'd you do that? But like, seriously though, everything's the same, guys. Like, seriously. But I'm gonna do this. So last time I said stay still. Let's just cry. Let's just cry. This wasn't happening. This couldn't have been happening. No way. I felt tears build up in my eyes and I lowered them to look at the floor in front of me. As my gaze fell, my lungs began to seize hard, forcing me to hiccup in sadness. Aww. Aww. We put her in such an awkward position. I couldn't help it. I began to cry profusely. Why was this happening? Why was I here? If this was another nightmare, I wanted to wake up immediately. This wasn't right. I covered my face and cried into my hands, curling over myself as I let sadness run through my entire body. Please let me wake up, please. Oh. As I felt warmth suddenly spread through my body, I slowly stopped and felt fresh air rush into my lungs. What was happening? I recognized this warmth. Oh, is she like trying to calm me down? Oh, that's so nice of her. See, Diana's so nice to me now. I looked up to see Diana kneeling down with a very concerned look on her face, her visible eye glowing a warm gold color as she stared at me. Was she enthralling me? I didn't feel aroused like I felt usually whenever I was enthralled, but I felt calm and almost mellow.
Calm down.
Yes, I am calm, but like I just wanted to see what would happen if I just end up crying. Diana's voice seemed almost soothing, like a lullaby. However, I wasn't sleepy, I just felt quiet. The worry I had in my mind was gone, the sadness gone. Diana must have done something to make sure I wouldn't cry. I didn't know whether to thank her or be afraid. You should be thankful.
Now, can you tell me what happened? Take your time and try to remember everything.
Yeah, I remember everything. I got dragged down into darkness right before I was about to go off and get married, okay?
Succubus, we have no time for...
No, you shut the fuck up.
Let her do her thing. The human obviously knows her. And she obviously needs help. Poor thing.
Yeah, exactly. Have some sympathy. God damn.
Why did she call her Diana?
It's a long story.
That must have been the human name she used while she was in the human world. Smart.
Shit.
All of you, please.
Yeah, you shut the fuck up. Silence engulfed the room as Diana looked at the four beings behind her. She then turned back to me and held out her hand, ushering me to take it.
Can you stand?
Yeah, sure. I nodded and took her hand, standing up at last. I looked around at the other beings in the room. They all kept their gaze to me, unsure of what I would do or say. Diana, however, led the conversation.
First, can you tell me what happened?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the rest of the dialogue is going to be the same, like up until the point where the guys actually drop in on us. So I'm not too sure if I should really end this here, or maybe I should just show you guys the rest of the other choices that I didn't show in the last episode. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so we're to one of the choices here where Diana was trying to do the whole shadow summoning thing, portal thing, except it didn't work because the demon lord found out about it, and like, yeah, Cyril took her away to like regain her energy, quote quote quote. And this is one of the choices before the bunny lady sorceress person took us to a room. So we either ask about Diana, whether she's okay, or we just go okay. Last time I said okay because I was hella confident that like Diana would be fine, and she turned out to be fine. So yeah, whatever. But anyways, for science, we're gonna go with what about Diana? The floating person giggled softly as the woman with rabbit ears cleared her throat.
She'll be fine. She's being taken care of right now.
Yeah, see, they all know she's about to go get some right now.
Why not just say she's getting fucked?
And the brute strikes again with the lack of tasteful filtering between his brain and his mouth. You still have yet to prove me wrong about my expectations of you.
That's so funny. I would have burst out laughing if she actually said that.
Keep testing me, assassin. I'm not afraid to rip your spine out of your body and use it as a back scratcher.
Okay.
You can very well try, brute.
Ugh! Would you both knock it off?
Yeah, you guys, please.
Come, everything will be taken care of.
Okay. I think this is where everything else goes back to normal. We were escorted and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna skip on ahead. Okay, so here's the next choice that we can do after we asked about whether Diana is gonna be okay before we got brought into the room. And this is the part where we kind of moseyed around a bit. Well, no, we took a little nap. We woke up, and then we were kind of having thoughts and shit, and I don't even know what the hell was going on. But then Dana came in, and she was just like, yo, what's up? You sleep well, kind of thing. And so we were given these 3 options to either say yes, do you not know how to knock, or are you okay? Last time I said yes because I didn't want to be a rude bitch. But you know what? Even then, I'm still not gonna be a rude bitch to this girl because you know what? Dana has been such a homegirl to us so far. Okay, like why would I want to just sass her right now? Gosh. So we're gonna ask, "Are you okay?" and we're gonna save the last answer for like the next episode. So, are you okay? Dana stared at me, slightly shocked. Did she not expect me to ask?
Huh. Well, yes, I'm fine now that I've had proper rest.
Good. That's good. Dana shook her head and stepped into the room, closing the door behind her.
So we need to find another way to get you back to the human world. It won't be easy, but I believe it can be done by tonight, at the latest.
Okay, so like that's basically it. That's the only change that we've got if we bother to ask if she's okay. But so yeah, let's just skip on ahead to like the last choice. I think there was a last choice that we could make. I don't know. I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna see. Okay, so I lied. The other choice that we could have made after the part where Diana started explaining how she's gonna do the whole other summoning, getting us back a different way by collecting these materials around like the area we were in and stuff, and she showed us the map and shit. The next choice that we could have made was to either stay in the room or go around and explore, but I already did that in the last episode. I did that to the full extent of it, so I went through all the combinations, and like basically if we just stayed in our rooms, then we obviously just end up talking to the rabbit lady. So this is the very last choice that we could have made in up until this point, where everything afterwards is basically the same, where the summoning portal thing didn't work, and the boys end up showing up. They come crashing down, and that's where basically the demo ends. So this is gonna be our last choice, you guys. And last time I said just eat it, right? So this time we're gonna refuse because no, because no way, no how. I was not in the mood to try out new things after what I had been through, and this was not something I wanted to try at all. A knock rapped on my door, breaking me out of my train of thought. Yeah. Hi, come in. Okay, so that's basically it. That was I guess the other change. That's the other change in that. So I'm just gonna skip on ahead, you guys, and then maybe we could maybe I'll just come back into the menu because we all know what's gonna happen. We all know basically it's gonna end off with like I said, the boys come crashing through the little portal that they somehow managed to make, and then Hannah was all happy and shit. And we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go home, but no, that's not the case, and that's where the demo ends. And then we get the outro song with all the credits and all the people who are part of the making and shit like that and stuff. So we're gonna go head back to the main menu then. So yeah, guys. That basically concludes James's route. Woo-hoo-hoo. So as you probably noticed, I'm not too bothered by the fact that basically up until the point where we get dropped into like the abyssal plains, that everything was basically the same. Because yeah, that's the premise of the story. We're gonna end up like somehow, somewhere, we're just gonna end up in the abyssal plains, and obviously the events will happen the same regardless. But as long as like they're on afterwards for the actual game, the different routes for the guys, like they'll continue to diverge in happenings and events with like after they come into the abyssal plains. So like some things will happen along the way while we were in the abyssal plains that might not happen in like James's route or Eric's route, something like that. So yeah, I'm still having high hopes for this game, you guys, because so far it's doing what I hoped it would do, which is basically differentiate in terms of routes and happenings. So yeah, that's it for James's route. And next up, as you can probably see, is green. So it's Sam's route. Woo! Next episode, we're gonna get started on his route. We're gonna see where it drops us and what would happen and stuff, like what the conflict then would happen. And then yeah, I guess that means we're gonna kick Carrie out of the business, huh? Because she was Sam's wife and James's route, and now we're doing Sam's route, so technically we're the one in the relationship, right? So yeah, okay, that's all for my rambling. So yeah, see you guys in the next episode. Bye!